dear digital friends. The theme of this video is the meaning of sounds that you play, rhythm parts. Is there any meaning? I got a comment on YouTube recently saying all Balanda white men player don't have a meaning in their sounds, and therefore also not in the rhythms, and it's all not in the line of what the Aborigines play in their traditional styles. Maybe, but I certainly have for my sounds meanings, and for my rhythm parts also. The Aborigines have two directions of meanings, as I see it. They have the spiritual world, and there are meanings of great importance, of course. And they have everyday life, things they see, things they become aware of, movements of animals, sounds they make, but also very profane things like a quarrel between man and wife, or flotsam and jetsam coming to the beach and going off the beach. Things like that, everyday's life. They also make a distinction between Yidaki and Tuva. This all is reflected in the meanings: wandering clouds, the fight between what was that? Not a dingo, but another animal, and the snake. Things like that. So our problem as Balanda, white man, is we don't have such things here in our lives. In our environment, we never see a crocodile other than in a zoo from 20 meters and no danger. Mostly you don't see them in the zoo because they hide somewhere, and yeah. So the meanings of the traditional playing cannot really apply to a Balanda playing. So I'm leaving now the zone of facts and entering the zone of my opinion, because there cannot be another zone. I simply don't see how we can play the same meanings, the Balanda people, like our role models in traditional playing, the Aborigines. So we better use what we see, what we become aware of. Spirituality is a big problem in the Western world. Mostly people don't believe anything or don't see anything. They go to church, yes, and when going to their car again and somebody is cutting the corner or is rude to them, they are rude, and same minute again, and so everything is forgotten what they heard or said in the church. So spirituality is a problem here. So what do we see, we Balanda? I talk about not me here. I see myself differently, but yeah, what we see a lot of cars, streets, traffic jams, we see computers, we see a lot of electricity stuff, technical devices. If living in a city, so you can play things like that. I think the modern style players, I was a bit fighting with them in the last videos. They reflect this kind of world. The faster, the higher, the tech stuff, everything what stands for it, and the computer sounds, sequencer sounds, electronic music. I'm not against all that, but I think, yeah, okay, you can play that, but in my mind, it's only my opinion, okay? The Yidaki and Mago is supposed to take you away from all that, to bond you with spirituality, to make you aware of your natural environment, as I said many times. I want to recommend a YouTube channel here, Larpan, Larrrpan, Larpan. Interesting man. He went to Jalu's place and learned a lot of how to play Yidaki and stayed there for a while. And he's teaching, and I think he does a magnificent job. On his YouTube channel you see interesting videos, and especially the last ones. He's walking down a trail in Austin, Texas, where he seems to live, and he is talking Yidaki rhythms according to what he sees on the trail. Very good videos too he has now about this topic. Very good. Look at, watch it. You will learn a great deal from it. So he did put it in fantastic words. That's why I skip it. What meaning can our sounds, Balanda trying to play Yidaki style or Mago style, what meaning can they have? I was very inspired by something I read that Jalu said in an interview, probably an interview. As a child, he was sitting in the boat going fishing with his father, and there were 3 turtles in the boat. They have already hunted them down, and all of a sudden he saw those 3 turtles. To his mind were 3 tooth sounds. Doom, doom, doom. And he recognized what he has learned about Yidaki playing so far as a child, and this is the connection. Those 3 turtles are those 3 tooth sounds in a succession. And that brought me to my, it's again only an opinion, meaning for, especially now, tooth sounds. I have no turtles, I never see a turtle, but I have a daughter that I adore and love above everything else, and if I play now, after I have read this, a tooth sound, I imagine, I picture my daughter, I play my daughter, I honor her being and existing in his life, in this, on this earth. I honor her and I play her. So every tooth sound is my daughter. That's the meaning, and to me this is the strongest meaning I can imagine in a single sound. And what happened after I started to imagine this? When I play a tooth sound, I play my daughter. My tooth sounds became instantly not only better, but better in the sense they have a character. You can feel now there is something to it. It's not just a sound. So I want to finish this video with a balanda if he's not living in a zoo, he has to find different meanings for his sounds, and you better do as a player, because I can say a meaningless sound is hollow. It's just a sound, a noise, maybe annoying, but it all of a sudden all changes if you put the meaning into your sounds. I have for every sound I play, in some cases more than one picture or imagination, and also sound combinations do mean something to me. I know what it means, it's enough. I think that's a bit private. I do not need to tell you, in my view of the world, what my meanings for sounds are. Just this about my daughter, as an example for many. Yeah, and that's basically the same what the Aborigines do when they play their sounds. I mean, they have given meanings. They are fixed in many cases. But who says you cannot invent your own meanings according to your environment and life? That's the message of this video here. I want to finish it with, there is many times the question amongst my students, sometimes written to me by strangers, foreigners, how can I play a rhythm? You see, it's all, it should be a new video, huh? It's such a big topic. It's all about the spirituality. I see it more and more. You just trust it will be good, perfect in that sense, because you give yourself into it. You have a meaning to your sounds and you play the meaning, and you trust, you don't think. Thinking is when, for the time you exercise things, but I never exercised in my whole life. I always played, never exercised. But that's another video, another story. So I didn't think, I just started, and in time, year after year, your rhythms get smoother, they float, they have a flow, they come together. This should be another video. Don't think, just turn it off. It's a meditation, it's a prayer. This is the thing about my daughter, and I play also to honor other people in my life and things that happen to me. It's a prayer. You pray to the creation, and you give yourself into it when you play Yidaki. And you don't need to be a slave to play a rhythm that is technically absolutely correct. Not in Yidaki playing, not necessarily. Time is over. See you. Bye.